Okay, you guys, so here's the thing. I've noticed that there is a ton of talk about postpartum recovery when it comes to our physical bodies because, I mean, I understand there's a lot going down there, a lot needs to heal and recover, but something that I don't hear enough people talking about is our mental health when it comes to postpartum. I mean, in general, it's not talked about enough, but I noticed that in the last 7 weeks that I have been recovering from my labor and delivery with baby girl number 2, there were things that I was doing that was really helping my mental health and my emotional well-being, and I thought that I should sit down and share with you guys some of the things that I do that help me kind of feel like myself again, help ground me, help me kind of recalibrate myself. And hopefully that's helpful for you if you are about to be going through the postpartum journey, or maybe you just want some tips and tricks for your mental health and some self-care that you can do. And if you have any tips and tricks that you like to do, definitely leave them down in the comments below and share, because you know, sharing is caring, knowledge is power, all of those cliche things. They're true, they ring true. By the way, if you are new here, hi, how you doing? My name is Ashley Ellix. I would love it so much if you would consider subscribing. Also, make sure your bell is tapped because then you're more likely to get notified when I post a new video, but YouTube is really bad about that. Just know that I post at least 3 times a week, all beauty and lifestyle related, and follow me on Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff. But I got my cup of coffee here. I made a nice little espresso cappuccino decaf from my Nespresso machine, and I'm loving that machine. So grab yourself something to drink, take some notes, and let's go get into it. And if that sounds good and dandy to you, you know what to do. Sit back, hang tight, and keep on watching. Boop! Okay, so let's get into it. I have a little list on my phone here, like I said, as I've been going through postpartum recovery the last about 7 weeks. Anytime I thought of something that was like, you know what, this really helps me, I jotted it down on my phone in my notes. Keep in mind as I'm going through this list that I don't do every single one of these things every day, or sometimes I have to go a couple days without doing one of these things. They're just things that as I was going through my last 7 weeks of recovery, I jotted down, was like, you know what, these things really help me. And also every baby is going to be different. Some babies are like those Velcro babies that are really hard to put down, and you can't, you know, it's just more difficult, and you need some help with your partner or whoever can help you out to get some of these things done. And try to make some things that really help you a priority as well, because we got to take care of us, because at the end of the day, we're still people too, and we need to really make sure that we can keep going and feel like ourselves. You know what I mean? It's all consuming. Postpartum recovery is all consuming. Becoming a mother is very consuming, and we need to try to find those little things that help us still be us. You know what I mean? Okay, so let's begin. So the number one thing that I found helps me personally is taking a shower. As tiny and minuscule as that sounds, it helps me tremendously. I'm not sure about you, but I discovered this when I was recovering in the hospital after delivery. Once I was able to take a shower, I felt like a completely new person. I did my skincare, I threw some body care on, and it just felt incredible. So I thought to myself, you know what, I'm gonna take that feeling and carry it over into my day-to-day. And at the very least, I'll try to take at least 1 shower a day, which can, it's honestly, if you don't have kids, you might think like that's not that big of a deal, but it is. Like I said, you might have those babies that are those Velcro babies, and it's really hard to take a shower. My daughter does like the bouncer, so I've been able to put her in the bouncer and take a shower, but sometimes I do have my husband help out whenever I just can't, if she just wants to be held, but I need to take a shower, then I'll bring in the recruits. In the first couple weeks, I would take a shower in the morning as well if I could swing it. Probably not every day, but most days I tried my best to try to make that a priority to take a shower in the morning, because the amount that you sweat after delivery, nobody talks about how much you sweat. I would wake up in the middle of the night and I'd be freezing but drenched in sweat. How does that even make sense? I don't know, but it would happen. And I mean, I'm hot right now. Whew, I'm wearing a sweatshirt. That was dumb of me, but it's raining outside, so whatever. But trying to take a shower at least once a day. If I could swing twice a day by taking one in the morning at the beginning of my journey, that helped me feel like, okay, I can start the day and I can feel like I had some control or something. I don't know. It just was so therapeutic. Now, the second thing I try to do whenever I feel up for it. Now, this isn't something I do every day for sure. trying to do at least my hair and or my makeup. I usually don't have time for both. This day is an exception. I am filming, I am just going off of baby. It's taken me, honestly, it took me about 2 hours to get hair and makeup done between feeding and, you know, helping her with different things and having some playtime and just going with the flow. But just having a complete face or hair done only, like that makes a world of difference. In the early days, the first couple weeks postpartum, what I would do is I had my hospital bag that I packed and half of it had makeup in it, and I would carry that downstairs because we have a split level, and I would just have it with me. So if baby was taking a long nap, I would be able to, and I felt like it, I would be able to throw on a quick 5-minute face or 10-minute face, and I just felt like me again. Not, you know, not everybody wants to do that, and that's totally fine, but whatever helps you feel like yourself, like, you know, a little piece of your old self that you're not losing, that helps tremendously. So number 3, and I know everybody says this, and it's probably so annoying to hear if you've heard it a million times, but it's so true. Take a nap. If you're a nap person, I don't know. Even if you're not a nap person, try, or at least like have, you know, 15 minutes of just quiet time. If your baby doesn't mind being put down for like 15 minutes, you can have them in a safe space. Just rest your eyes, try to relax. You know, if you have help with you, let them help you. Let them take the baby for a half an hour while you take a quick nap. Honestly, sleep at night is not a guarantee. And on those days that I was able to squeeze in a nap, I at least knew, okay, if this night's rough, at least I was able to get this nap in. You know what I mean? And that helps so much. I know they say like sleep when the baby sleeps. It's so hard. It really is. But if you can find time during your day to squeeze in a little nap, oh my goodness. It sets you up, I feel like, for a more successful evening. At least in my head, it set me up. Because like I said, I'd be like, okay, at least I got that in. I won't be so exhausted. Okay, the 4th thing I noticed that I did was allow myself, honestly, to enjoy the moment. Laundry can wait, dishes can wait, and I know that sounds like easier said than done, but again, in those early weeks, I was just like, whatever, like I'll get to it when I can get to it. And that's not usually me. Usually I have to make sure the dishes are always done as soon as like we make them, but I just was like, I'm gonna let it go and I'm gonna get to it when I have time, you know, because these moments are fleeting and it's so hard to remember that, but it's true, you know. And before you know it, like, she's already 7 weeks old now, and I'm just like, what is happening? She's almost 2 months. It's going by too fast. And it's so hard when you're in the thick of it to enjoy those moments. But that's why I feel like taking some time for you and your mental health really help you to then in turn enjoy the moments, you know, not putting so much pressure on yourself to have everything together. It helps, you know, and that was something that I did going into the second baby, is just, you know, let things go a little bit, and it helped me really enjoy the moment more. I think it also helps that I had some practice towards the end of pregnancy to just let things go, because I was so exhausted and it hurt so much being pregnant with my 9-pound baby that I couldn't like physically do anything. So I was a little more mentally prepared to let things go this round also. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about, and again, it seems so simple. Some of these things on the list, it seems so simple, but as a new mom or a fresh mom, if it's like your 2nd, 3rd, or 5th baby, it's so hard to do these things for ourselves and prioritize ourselves as well. It's a balance, and it's tricky, but it helps so much. So the 5th thing is eating enough and drinking tons of water. Again, it sounds so simple, but eating enough. I am fine at dinner time because usually my husband's home and he can help with the baby with that. But I had to make sure that I have things in my refrigerator, in my pantry, that I can eat quickly with one hand most times, for breakfast, for lunch, and some snacks. I notice a huge difference in my energy levels when I have, you know, what did they say? Like 2 to 3 hours every 2 to 3 hours, eat something like that. Having a breakfast, having a snack, having a lunch and another snack, like having those, you know, times of healthy snacks. Now, I'm going to talk about this in a future video, but I did order Daily Harvest, and those have been great for hands-free meals. not the smoothies. I'm gonna get into that in another video. Like I said, completely unsponsored. I've been just testing out different meal delivery services, and those have been really good for breakfast and lunch for healthy, quick, easy, hands-free or one-handed meals. And so eating enough is super important, and then drinking enough water. Again, I know everybody says drinking enough water, but it's such a priority, especially for not even as I say, especially for breastfeeding. It is true that you need to make sure you're having enough water and food for when you're breastfeeding, but just in general, we're humans. It's healthy for us. It's good. We can go, what is it? Only 30 days without eating, but only 3 days without water, something crazy like that. What's that show, Naked and Afraid? They talk about that. You need water. I'm such a water hog. I love it. Get yourself a cute cup and maybe a koozie that will just make you happy and make you remember to drink your water. I know. Those of you who hate drinking water, you're just like, shut up about the water, but it's true. It's hard. Get some lemon squeeze in there and, enjoy it more. I don't know. But those are the 5 things that really helped me in my postpartum recovery as far as mental health goes and emotional well-being. I know some of them sound super simple, but if you're a new mom or a mom of like the 5th time, it's hard. It's really difficult to prioritize yourself when you have this new fragile little newborn to take care of and you're running a household and you have laundry to do, dishes to do, but you have to make sure that you're taking care of yourself as well. I notice when I feel good, when I get that shower, I'm better. My energy is better. My attitude is better. My outlook is better. And like I said, I can enjoy those precious little moments better because I'm not thinking in the back of my head, I have to make sure that this is done, or I stink, or whatever it may be. And I can enjoy. So I hope that this was helpful for you and that you just gained a couple tips or something. Like I said, leave a comment down below if you have any tips and tricks. What helps you in your mental health well-being, whether postpartum or otherwise, and make sure you subscribe before you go. Next week, I hope to post a video of my top 5 newborn products that have gotten me through this newborn stage that have helped tremendously, because some of them kind of coincide with this video, and hopefully that will be helpful too. But I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.